run by Mack to start the drive. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
On the return is Williams.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game.
And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Well, we'll see what his offense can do.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On second down, it's Whitaker, and he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Whitaker, he'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a give, right side. Whitaker, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. We know this offense, they're built around passing the football. That time, the running game didn't suit them so well.
Not so well, but they have to do it every so often. You have to be able to control the pass rush a little bit, make them somewhat hesitant before they come and get your quarterback. At least have the illusion that you have a running game.
And this is caught. It's Brown. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? the better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. And they'll run again. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. On the ground, Whitaker. He's going to be marked down very close to the first down marker, but it looks like he's a yard short. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. They'll try and run for it, and he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point put through by Boswell, and that makes this a 9-point game. A 10-play drive that time, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Pulls it in at the 13. And he returns this to the 22. At their own 22-yard line. The Vikings head out to take over once again. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
1st and 10, Eason. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Chase Young make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. On the handoff, it's Mack. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long. Here's Eason to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll run on 1st down. It's Whitaker. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. After 1, it's 9-0. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Now a give, right side. Whitaker slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. To throw from his end zone. Eason, it's caught to Charles. And he's going to be out of bounds up past the 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Now Eason. A throw for Pittman is intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he'll be marked down at the 2-yard line. With such a costly interception, nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields this way up at the 17, and the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Time to see Jacob Eason and company go back to work. Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually talking about touchdown to interception ratio, aren't we? And 2 to 1 is acceptable, but the top line guys 3 to 1 or better is what they're looking for. Now we're talking about interceptions versus completions. That's not a ratio should ever be in any discussion.
Here's Mack to get it again on 2nd down. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Watch out for Hill on the return. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return. And the Bears take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's found the end zone twice. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The 71 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll try the left side. Whitaker. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. The Bears on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try the left side. It's Whitaker. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
On 2nd down now. It's Whitaker. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably...
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bears continue to pull away here in this first half. They're going to try and run. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
They'll throw on 1st down with Eason. And he almost had his 2nd pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Eason gets this one to the tight end, Charles. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Eason. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Eason's throw into the hands of Pittman here. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the 30 on 2nd down, Eason. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
52's the mark, boys. 52. It's our field. It's our field.
From the gun is Eason. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Eason. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
And 10 yards to go.
My 52, my 52. You better bring it. You better bring it.
Eason sets to throw it. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is down to 24. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with the referee. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away.
We now proceed to the start of the second half.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. Here's the dangerous Tyreek Hill. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Play action. It's Fields. And going deep for Hill. And this is caught. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Bears add on. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone again, and he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. To throw again on second down. Eason. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
Brings up third down and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
A 41-yard punt there with no return, and it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
And it's third down.
On third down, Whitaker. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 146 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. One play action, Fields. This will be caught by Brown. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A huge play there for Chicago. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook. And that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see that.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. He's at the 50. 30. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So the turnover forced and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
It's now 3rd and 10.
Looking to throw. Eason into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun. This to the outside for Mack. Touchdown, Vikings! Marlon Mack, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will cut this lead down to 25. So that drive with 4 plays, and it's finished.
finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Off play action, Fields. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think
they've got his man complete. And they finally get him down. But not before he reaches the 34.
frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
And this is caught. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive. And these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got it? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try again. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bears are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their 4th quarter lead. So, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively, because to me, they look like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4 fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And they open the lead up now to 25. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And able to get this out to the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. On 1st down, Jacob Eason. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Chase Young in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The toss here completed to Pittman. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Eason going to try and throw for it. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Whitaker. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Fields. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
On 1st down, Whitaker. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or two if you have to. Just go down, inbounds, keep that clock going.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Taking it in from the 20. And the Bears look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And to cap it off, a touchdown run of 20 yards.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. First and 10, Eason. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Chase Young has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
52. Strip that ball. Strip that ball.
Here's Eason to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd and long. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Chase Young in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll run on 1st down. It's Whitaker. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Again, they'll go on the ground with Whitaker. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
On 2nd down, it's Whitaker. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 189 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. This is Whitaker. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Open man left side. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Here's Fields. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Come on, time to play.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields this way up at the 17. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And now out comes Minnesota. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Now Eason. Throwing left side, it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
That's what I do. 52's the mic. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. I'm here all day. No. Check that.
Back to throw. Eason. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Charles. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Bears are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing the Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Bears, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals.
Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle.